all our fibromyalgia warriors and our lupus friends that joined us today. We wanted to jump on in the conclusion of our day. We concluded Fibromyalgia Advocacy Day. So I wanted to welcome Estella and Juana from Looms for Lupus to join us. They were team leads. We were taking meetings nonstop, trying to make sure we didn't interrupt each other. It was definitely a new experience virtually for a virtual Hill Day, but we learned a lot. And we talked about fibromyalgia. We got everyone excited. So what did you guys see? Was it an energetic response? I mean, we had different types of meetings, right?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you, Melissa. I'm Estela Mata, and good afternoon to everyone. Almost good evening in the East Coast, right? And like Melissa said, we were teaming up with her with this effort, and it was just amazing to see, one, that there were a lot of new advocates that were sharing their story. It was so inspiring and motivating because we've been doing this in person, and it's completely different via Zoom because, you have to expect technical issues. But despite all of that and interrupting a couple of sessions in between, we were able to get the message across. We were able to meet with a lot of legislators. I even got emotional when I was speaking to my congresswoman because she has been so supportive with everything. And it's just amazing to see how we can connect and how our stories, not just my story, but I bring on other people's stories to the forefront, and then that does make a huge difference, and hopefully we are heard. But I'll let Juana share a little bit, and then we can go into what we asked and what our asks were, and how victorious I think we are, just the fact that we were able to share our experiences, our voices today in DC.
Well, hello everyone, and I want to thank Melissa for putting this together. Melissa, it was great. My experience today, like Estela said, we're used to going in person to Washington, but this time was a little different. And I was a little nervous though because of the technical issues. But other than that, I think it went well. I felt that I received a lot of the support from the senators, representatives. So I think that this is just great, and I can't wait for next year. We need to continue our fight. We need to continue to bring awareness and ask for what we need. And I just love the support that I received. And like Estela said, the new patients that came with us, it was just amazing.
Yeah, we had some experience with us and amazing advocates doing the team leads. We had new advocates with us. So it was so cool to share our journey together and just have a new experience because we were all experiencing virtual Hill Days for the first time. And a special shout out to John from the Men with Fibromyalgia crew. He led as a team lead, took meetings like a pro. So a special shout out to him and all of our team leads that jumped in. We had Crystal and Maggie besides Estella and Juana, Christine, Candace, Carrie. Oh, I cannot have done this without you. I know Uber conference was, I think at the end, it was trying to kick us out because I was like, Getty, I think it was like, you guys are done, enough, 70 meetings and you guys are out, get out. So it was an adventure for sure, but we appreciate it. Some of my teammates in there were like Corey, Denise, Christine. I loved the diversity too. And we took away the myths, right? We had people of various ages. They're in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way through, different races, different genders. And we made it happen for fibromyalgia. And we got a lot of people agreeing with us. They're like, what's going on? Prevalence is going up. We're definitely aware of fibromyalgia and understand, but why the heck aren't we getting the investment that we need? So they were all on the same page with us when it comes to this, with our asks.
Yes, it was so amazing. Like you said, the support and they were so welcoming. How many meetings did we have total? Was it 70?
I think we're blowing through the Excel sheet. Yeah, something like that.
That is amazing. And just to think about it, put it all into one perspective. You have Melissa, team of one over there, gearing all of us up and getting us all together to do this. You did it on your own. You did it all,
Oh,
Melissa.
no. We can't.
No, the
It's
setup,
a
the setup, the
team effort,
coordination.
team
It
effort.
is a team effort, but that's where I'm going with this. You organize everything and you get all the community to come together as a team. And for all of us to be able to have successfully completed our 70 or probably even more sessions and meetings with our legislators, with our senators, with our representatives, it's pretty darn amazing. Coming from you, leading the team, and us coming together as a team, as a community, doing all of this, it's pretty darn amazing. So I do have to say that. I know you don't like the credit, and
Well,
it's
because you're reflecting, right? Type A personalities, I'm already assessing what I did wrong and what I can improve upon. Anyone out there can relate to that. So there's definitely room for improvement. Shout out to Sherry from Policy Takeover for helping also in this process, and everyone, like I said, team leaders getting involved. All of you jumped in to lead a team and take over in the asks realm. So it could not be done alone, but I'm glad that this is a catalyst for something bigger and changes to come, because we hear it, right? Stories. I mean, my journey is like over 20 years and I'm tired of, I don't want people to go through the same hurdles that I went through. So we are overdue for change. And that's the big thing, that we're doing this and people are getting involved with the advocacy process. I love it.
yeah. You know what was amazing? The fact that they're like, can you please let your national leader, and that's what you are, a national leader, let her know that, you know, we want to support, and please let her know to email us. And when she said that, or they said that, because it was several of them, I just thought to myself, I don't even think Melissa thinks of herself as a national leader. But when they said that, I was like, I need to make sure that she knows that she is a national leader. And it's amazing, again, to see how many people, you know, whether it was small nonprofits getting together or whether it was an individual patient advocate that had been advocating for a while in their community and doing all of this at the grassroots level, they're now able to amplify their voice through this whole setup that you did, and this advocacy day. So it's pretty amazing to see that grassroots patient advocates are now leading the effort up in DC. Not only that, there were a lot of first-time patient advocates that were sharing their story. So it's, like I said, it's very impactful and it's very empowering, because whatever we have learned 4 years ago, we started doing advocacy, my sister and I. If I would have known 4 years ago what I know today, it would have been so, so different, and I would have been doing it from the get-go. So I applaud every single one of the patient advocates that shared their voice, that amplified their voice, because your voice is what's needed. Your voice is what's going to make a difference. And again, thank you for providing the platform, Melissa. And I think it was amazing. There were a couple of glitches, obviously, with technical issues, but who's not having those, right now with like Zoom or anything? That's not even, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the victory, which was reaching out, meeting with our legislators and our representatives, letting them know what fibromyalgia is, letting them know that we are here. There are 4 to 12 million Americans living with this diagnosis, and so many that have not even been diagnosed. There are some of us that have been living with long haul COVID effects of COVID, and all of the issues that we have been dealing with are amplified. Not only that, we need to make sure that it is actually considered some sort of either disease or illness, and to make sure that the NIH and the CDC, who are credible sites and resources, to be in sync and to actually make sure that everything is unified, because that's what we need. Not just unity in the community, we need everything to be unified for everyone.
Exactly. And I mean, it just, the power of the storytelling that happened. And I hope all of the advocates joining us today take that away and understand how huge your impact is, because you see it on social media, people leaving comments and sharing their experiences, and we know things have to change. So these advocates went there to represent all of you today, and we need to continue to take those meetings and connect with our representatives, because they want to hear from us. So just to let everyone know, you don't have to be a lobbyist. None of us have public policy backgrounds. I certainly don't. So it's all grassroots. It's about us and our patient advocacy, and we're making it count for all of you out there. So please don't feel like you're unheard or you're thrown away. We talked about that too. Reframing the language. We don't need to feel like we're thrown away with this wastebasket diagnosis. We need to get rid of that language. You're powerful. Your voice matters, everything, and we're making changes for fibromyalgia. So please, anyone watching right now, remember that, take it to heart, and support all the advocates doing the work right now. I hope to see pictures. Did you guys screenshot? Okay, good, because I totally forgot, and then some of us weren't on camera, so it's like odd.
I had my phone and I took some shots. There were some obviously that, you have to ask before you take the picture. Some people were not okay with it. So we were respectful of it. So we did have a couple that agreed to it. They smiled for the camera, and we will be posting later. And just again, thank you to all of the people that took these meetings, all the representatives, all of their staffers. They are the nicest, kindest people ever. They are open, they like to listen, and they are very supportive. So I have to give a shout out to them because they're not always given the credit, and they are there to support us. They're there to take notes and to learn. And so many of them were like so grateful and thanking us for talking about fibromyalgia, because a lot of them didn't know what it was. And then you had those that did know what it was, but didn't know how it affected you as an individual. So it was really amazing to see that even like the staffers that knew what fibromyalgia was, that they still learned, which is again impactful because every story is unique, and it's going to be the beginning of a lot of things, I think, for our communities and an empowerment in our communities, because again, we are making a difference. And that's what matters. And I don't mean we like me, my sister, and Melissa. I mean we, the community, are getting together. We are realizing we cannot do it alone. And we are gathering all the little troops, every single person, no one left behind, no one pushed aside. You don't need a national organization to do this. All you need is your voice and your story, because your story is what matters.
Definitely. And we use this time too to learn. So one thing we did in our meetings was kind of stop and then ask anybody meeting with us questions. Like, what do they recommend for the process of fibromyalgia? Is it something about a caucus, appropriations? And I know that terminology we're throwing out there, and I know Estella and Juana have asked for a cheat sheet, so maybe that's coming next on the blog, is a cheat sheet of terminology. But I'm glad our advocates today got to hear that language. So you get used to it and asking those questions and being okay with, like, taking a pause and then asking them, like, what do they feel and what do they suggest? So we got a lot of great information. And again, just understanding deadlines, it's a process. We need more voices involved. So if you are interested in joining us for more events, we're going to continue to do this. Advocacy is such an important part of fibromyalgia, and it's definitely needed. So those were important takeaways too. They gave us a lot of good information. Oh, Estella, you're on mute. Juana and Estella, you're on mute.
Oh, definitely. They gave us some pointers on what to do, what to say, and when to reach out. So definitely, we did get a couple. Well, at least on my meetings, I did get a couple of emails where they actually want more information because they want to keep. They want to be informed.
Yes, and remember, this month is Fibromyalgia Awareness Month. So what better way to show and amplify our voices and to share and raise more awareness about fibromyalgia, about the lack of resources, the lack of research, and most importantly, what we need moving forward, what we need in the fibromyalgia community. So it's just, again, very impressive that we were able to do this. And yes, we have a lot of follow-up to do, Melissa. Our work doesn't just end and begin today. Our work has been going throughout the year. From like last year, we started planning this, and then today was the day when we were meeting, but the work continues. And so if you guys want to join us in the efforts, just please let us know. You will be included. You will not be rejected. We include everyone, and we're just, again, moving forward with a couple of other things that are happening, and that we're going to continue to do.
Definitely, the work continues. I know tomorrow is Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, so there's a lot of activities going on, and we're just going to continue to celebrate. But we have the call to action post, so you can still keep sharing your story. What we recommend is if you want to do a video or post your pictures, sport that fibromyalgia gear if you have it, but share your story, tag your representatives as well, and let them know we need that investment. It's super important to flood the internet as much as we can, because I know everybody talks about awareness, but we need to start talking about advocacy and get our government to pay attention to fibromyalgia the way we need them to pay attention to.
Yes, and perfect point. So even though we finished our meetings, if you're at home watching this and you're like, hey, I missed it, like I didn't even hear about this, why didn't they include me? Let me let you know that you still have the chance and opportunity to make your voice heard. All you have to do is, there's actually a link, and we can provide that to you. Reach out to us, where we will let you know who your representatives are. We have letter formats that all you have to do is, from the comfort of your home or your couch or your bed or your hospital bed. We had a patient in the hospital bed actually advocating. And it was, I think it was the first for me, and it was the first for a lot of the, probably the meetings that she did for everyone. But it's pretty impressive, the things that you can do. So don't ever feel that you're not able to reach out just because you are not in DC. Your voice matters from your bed, from your couch, and you can contact and reach out to your legislators through email, through a phone call. It all can be done, and you can start doing that today.
Oh, she rocked it too. She had the headset ready to go from the hospital. So that was rock star style. She was taking those meetings no matter what. That's what we're talking about with being a fibromyalgia warrior. So I definitely, we need to send her a special gift and a feel better wishes for her to get better.
Yes, definitely. And I know we have been up probably all night. We haven't had really much anything to eat. So with that, we have to just remind everyone, self-care is a priority. So we are actually going to be leaving. We are going to rest for a little bit, and then we're going to come back and continue to do the work that we did this morning. We're going to share with the community. So please share, repost, get a hold of us, and we will continue to work on this effort.
Definitely. And all the advocates that joined us, please share your pictures. Please post your experiences. Thank the meeting representatives on social media. Even if we didn't get a picture, if we forgot, just be sure to thank them. You can, especially Twitter is easy to do that, but you can tag them in Facebook. I don't know if they're really versed in Instagram. So all of that, some are, some aren't, but Facebook and Twitter, definitely, if you're on there, thank your representatives for meeting with us on social media today as well. They appreciate it, and they love hearing from us. So with that, we will say goodbye and go take a nap. Hopefully, I am hungry. My stomach is growling, and hopefully you can't hear it through the StreamYard. So thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.